Watch everybody. As you can see, it's a pretty crisp December morning here at the Aquadrome. I thought I'd go for a quick walk and squawk. Let me see if I can find the right balance between shade and light. Yeah, hopefully that works. So just thought to share some thoughts with you around questions that have been asked at on the Crypto GB group. I mean, the main thing seems to have been some questions around Songbird and FLR, which is Songbird has been pumping all week essentially. I think from its lows of 1/3 of a penny, it actually got as high as 1.5, something like that, so 5x increase around those amounts from the low. And so what's the reason behind that? Well, I guess there's a few different reasons, but one is that everything is pumping at the moment anyway, and we're seeing a lot of low cap coins go up in value. It's the beginning of the bull run, one would hope. But the other one is really the announcement of the long awaited F assets, which, for those that don't know, an F asset is a proposition from the FLR networks where you can take a coin that's not on a smart contract like Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, XRP, a coin from a blockchain that doesn't have smart contracts enabled and therefore can't really participate in decentralized finance. You can obviously earn yield by handing over your Bitcoin to a Celsius or a centralized exchange. Unadvisable, don't do that. But really, these non-smart contract based coins can't participate in DeFi, but now F assets on FLR enable that capability. F assets or FLR networks really prides itself on having decentralization in its DNA. I've met Hugo and spoken to him. He's the CEO of FLR Labs, which is the corporate entity that supports FLR networks, one of them. And speaking to him, I know that he and his team have given deep thought into what it means to have a decentralized network and how you can collateralize assets on different networks in a decentralized way. So F assets was part of the original white paper and proposition for FLR networks, but it's taken a long time to reach this stage where it's now on the test network, Kotston, the test network for FLR networks. Assuming that private testing goes well, it can then be moved onto Songbird, which is it's a layer 1 in its own right, but it's also known as the canary network for FLR itself. So obviously getting in early with being able to at least experimentally earn yield on assets that earn yield in a decentralized way using DeFi in assets that previously that wasn't available is a rather important milestone. And I think that was a big source of the exuberance around the Songbird price pump, if you need a narrative at all for these things. I think a lot of these coins are just waiting in the background, waiting for some kind of narrative to explain their pump, but essentially it's probably in the charts anyway. Yeah, we've been waiting a long time for Songbird and FLR networks to begin to realize some of their potential. And I think for those of us that have been in this in the crypto sector for quite some time, patience is the key. We know that these projects, the ones that we've researched and deeply, and I met the team, looked at the source code, checked developer activity, checked their financial credibility, checked their criminal records. We know that they are good prospects, but it just takes time. It takes time to build proper decentralized financial systems. It's not going to happen overnight, and anyone that tells you that they can do it overnight is probably lying to you. So great to see Songbird begin to realize some early value and I really hope that the testing proceeds successfully, and that we can move onto the Songbird network with F assets sooner rather than later. But heck, if it takes 6 months, even if it takes longer, that's absolutely fine. So yeah, just a short 5-minute update on that one. Great to be out and about in the aquadrome, and I'll speak to you later. Later, glitches.